Hello everyone and welcome on this new Friday analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. Before we start, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and of course share the video. So let's now begin. Actually, I don't know what's happening with the EURUSD and the GBPUSD. My signals for these two pairs for the last week is actually not going well. Meanwhile, for the AUDUSD, it went really well. USDCAD, as you can see, guys, has been triggered exactly from the given price of the buy. And as you can see, currently running in 36 pips of profit. It was really one fantastic and excellent signal. USDJPY was actually ranging inside of the safe zone and never exceeded that level. Unfortunately, some of the followers, they consider the edge of the safe zone as a stop loss, which is of course not true. Therefore, the USDJPY signal is considered to be running well in profit of about 41 pips. USDCHF has actually exceeded the safe zone by 8 pips and currently running in profit and hit the take profit level as well. Same goes to the gold. The gold has also reversed at the new price of the buy and went in total of 151 pips of profit and then kept ranging and currently running inside of the safe zone. So what can we do next in the remaining day of this week with the market? Let's now first of all get rid of the old signals and let's see now what we can do next in the Euro USD. So again, based on the Euro USD price action that we're having currently, we can see clearly that the market has also formed here a triple top pattern, which indicates that definitely the Euro USD is looking for a bearish movement for tomorrow. Therefore, of course, guys, since we are actually analyzing for only one day, let's now move to the 30-minute time frame. And as we can see, we're having here actually a structure. And the Euro USD is most likely going to eventually continue the rise to reach that level of a previous support right here. And it's going to retest it, which means the pair most likely is going to continue the rise for another 20 pips before we can start shorting it. However, we have also to consider that we're having here also a support trend line, as you can see right here, based on the 30-minute time frame. Therefore, selling here is going to be indeed a good idea. Also, if we look carefully, we are having here also a resistance trend line. Just like that, to be fair. Yes, that's of course the right way to draw the resistance trend line, in a way that the line is actually touching every single week in the pattern. As we can see, this line is indeed touching them. Therefore, if we wait for the Euro USD to rise again and make a pullback upon the pressure from the support right here at 1.10065, we can actually expect from the Euro USD to rise for another 20 pips and hit the same level of the resistance trend line to make the third attempt of the resistance trend line. And of course, it's going to be the new resistance. This is going to be resistance number 1 if the market will retest the broken level of the support. So that being said, I would suggest actually to wait for the Euro USD to reach that level of a support. Then we can sell the market, and the take profit level, based of course on the 30-minute time frame, is gonna be placed just right there at the lowest strong key support level at 1.09737, and the safe zone should not be ranging higher than the peak of the resistance at 1.10616, which means the safe zone will be ranging for only 29 pips against 58 pips of profit. Let's now move to the pound USD. Alright, so again for the pound USD, guys, I'm really feeling annoyed because I have failed analyzing the Euro USD and the pound USD this week, and actually I'm not sure what is the reason. Anyway, now based on the daily chart for the pound USD, we can see that the market indeed, guys, has actually failed to make the final bullish breakout from the resistance at 1.25093. That being said, based on the daily chart, we can actually expect the next candle to be red one. So meaning we have to consider selling the pound USD. Let's now move to the 1 hour time frame and let's now understand what's happening here. So if actually, you know something, let's move to even to the 30-minute time frame. Now on the 30-minute time frame, this might look messy for some of you, but actually it's not. If we look at the support trend line right here, check this out. The market has indeed kept respecting those levels of a support trend line. And if I clone the same line right here, we can notice that this is actually a channel. And the pound USD is indeed ranging inside of this channel, which means there is a possibility that the pound USD actually might reach the higher level of the resistance right here, or, and also to reach the same level of the channel, and afterwards it's gonna continue the fall, which means we might actually have to wait for the pound USD to reach about 38 pips to start selling. But that's not gonna happen in my opinion, for one reason: the reversal has already occurred right here. So what are you trying to tell us, Salah? I'm trying to tell you that we're having here a resistance zone. A resistance zone right here, and what we are having here, of course, is failure to break out from the channel number 1 here and number 2, which means the pound USD is indeed going to continue the fall to reach that supported trend line. So meaning the retest has already happened. We are having here also a strong real level of a resistance and a fake out on the top, which means we have ended up with a head and shoulders pattern based on the 30-minute time frame. So that means the reversal has already occurred with this wick right here. The retest has already happened. Therefore, the pound USD is going to continue the fall instantly. So that being said, let's move now to this. Actually, let's just zoom in. And as we can see right here, my friends, we're having here a real level of the resistance. Meanwhile, we had here a fake breakout. And as you know, guys, we are always looking for a sell at the real level of the resistance. That being said, I would suggest to sell the pound USD exactly right here, because this was the real level of the resistance. As we can see, meanwhile, we had number 1, number 2, and number 3 fake breakouts. And also we are having here a previous level of a support zone, which means we can actually expect a pullback, and for the pound USD to reach the level of a resistance, a real level of a resistance, which means we have to wait for the pound USD to rise for another 16 pips before we can start selling it. And the take profit level, it will be placed actually right there at the nearest strong key support level. Actually, you know something, let's make it here. Let's make it here, because actually I'm expecting from the market to continue the fall to reach the edge of the channel. So therefore, that's going to be our take profit level, the previous resistance right here, which is the nearest one to the bullish breakout candle, which means our take profit level is going to be approximately 70 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging till the peak of the resistance at 1.25151, which means the safe zone ranging for only 30 pips against 70 pips of profit. Let's now move to the AUDUSD. Alright, so the AUDUSD is actually going in the right direction, but it didn't actually hit the take profit level. So what can we do next with the AUDUSD? Actually, we are still looking for shorting the pair. However, it's gonna be now different level where we can start shorting. Let's keep the take profit level as the same one because I want to keep it. Now, what we can actually see right here for the AUDUSD is a broken level of a support trend line. Check this out. This was, of course, a real level of a support trend line, which has been recently broken out from. Now the AUDUSD has actually a potential to continue the rise, to retest the broken level of a support trend line, and afterwards it's gonna continue the fall, hopefully to reach our take profit level. Another way to confirm this entry is, of course, by using the support trend line. As you can see, my friends, we're having here a broken level of a support trend line as well. And this is the bearish breakout from it. Therefore, we can actually expect also from the market to reach the same level of a previous support trend line to create now a new resistance trend line number 1, and therefore we can hopefully start selling the AUDUSD from that point onward. That being said, we have to wait for the market to reach actually about 35 pips. Yeah. Now, after actually identifying the support trend line, let's look at the previous support levels and check this out right here exactly at 0.66503. We can notice that this was, of course, a previous real level of a support, which is most likely going to be retested. That being said, let's wait for the AUDUSD to reach 0.66503 before we can start selling it. That being said, we have to wait for the market to rise for about 36 pips before we can start selling it, aiming 75 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone is going to be till the peak of the previous resistance right here at 0.66856, which means the safe zone is ranging for 34 pips against 77 pips of profit. Now, before we write the signal, some of you might tell me, but Salah, why don't you send a signal to buy the AUDUSD till it reach that level and then make another signal for the sell from that point? The answer is simple. You're pushing your luck way too much. And that is actually not how we trade Forex. That's just really going to be gambling here, because the AUDUSD is most likely going to continue the fall. And there is absolutely nothing guarantees that the AUDUSD will continue the rise to reach that level of the sell area. So I think it's going to be silly, in my opinion, to sell you a signal like a saw. Do you know what I mean? Like a saw. It's like you are buying here, then you're selling here, then you want to buy here, then you want to sell here, then you want to buy here, and you want to sell here. It's like you're so greedy. So therefore, I am against greediness, and therefore I would suggest you guys to not buy the AUDUSD and waiting for it to reach the sell area. Wait for the AUDUSD to reach the sell area and then place your sell order. Anyway, let me know, please write the signal for you. And let's now move to the USDCAD, which is going to remain, by the way, the same, because the signal has just been activated and it's running in 31 pips of profit. That level of a previous structure based on the daily chart, I think. Yes, the daily chart. As you can see, this was a previous support. That support trend line is being respected, guys. Back to the 1 hour time frame, we can see clearly this was the nearest resistance to that bullish breakout candle. And if I scroll to the left side, we can notice how this was indeed a nearest support also to the structure. That being said, USDCAD signal actually remains the same with no changes. Let's just wait for the market to fall if you wish to the same entry, and we can rebuy again the USDCAD. Anyway, let's now move to the USDJPY. Alright, so the USDJPY signal has indeed reversed, unfortunately, after hitting the edge of the safe zone, which I'm sure a lot of you guys is considering it as a stop loss. Anyway, what can we do next with this pair? Let's check it out. Now, most likely we're gonna keep the same take profit level. However, it's a matter of where exactly we can rebuy again the USDJPY. Let's now move to the 30-minute time frame. Now, on the 30-minute time frame, what I can see right here is a very clear support trend line, and as you can see, it seems to me like the USDJPY is eventually gonna be respecting that level of a support trend line, considering that the same line has also become a real level of a resistance trend line for multiple attempts. Therefore, let's just wait for the USDJPY to fall again to reach the same level of a support trend line, and from there we can consider buying the pair again. And if we look at the left side as well, we can see clearly that we are having here also a real level of a support which has been respected, and keep in mind that it has also been respected as a real level of a resistance. Oh boy, that's really one perfect signal, perfect analysis in my opinion, and hopefully it's gonna be so profitable. Therefore, let's wait for the USDJPY to fall for about 14 pips only before we can start buying it. However, the take profit level is gonna be lowered. Yeah, let's lower it right here to make it right here at, let me just adjust the price to be 134.967, which means the take profit level, guys, is going to be approximately 107 pips against, let me just zoom in, against, should be fine, just right there exactly, a little bit below the support right here at 133.550, which means the safe zone will be ranging for only 34 pips against 108 pips of profits. So actually I have increased the space of the safe zone to be at the nearest support right here at 133.418, which means, guys, the safe zone will be ranging for about 47 pips against 108 pips of profit. Of course, the reason for that expansion is the USDJPY is one crazy pair, and giving actually a very tight safe zone is just gonna be crazy. That's gonna be better actually to just accept 45 pips of a safe zone. Anyway, let's now move to the USDCHF. Alright. Oh, I don't care, Steam. Get out of my analysis. Anyway, regarding the USDCHF, let's see now what we can do next with this pair. The market has indeed kept going and hit the take profit level already. So let's see now what we can do next with the USDCHF. Actually, guys, if we look at the 1 hour time frame, we're having here a very clear support trend line, and seems like the market is indeed gonna be respecting that level of a previous support trend line, since it has already become a new resistance trend line. So we are having 1, 2, and 3 attempts of a real support trend line, which has become only one attempt of a resistance trend line, and then the market has instantly made the bullish breakout from that level, which means now the USDCHF is gonna be revisiting again the same level of a support trend line to create, of course, number one, the attempt number one, I mean. Therefore, I would highly recommend to buy the USDCHF after it falls for about 13 pips, and as you can see on the left side, we are having here also the nearest strong key support level to that entry, which means, let me just make it like that, yes, perfect. So meaning we can start buying this pair at 0.89436, and for the take profit level, let's just be sure, let me just now move to the 4-hour time frame. The take profit level, guys, has got to be placed just right there at the previous support level right here, which has just been broken out from as 0.90335, and the safe zone that should not actually be lower than this level of a previous support right here. This support right here, of course. That means the safe zone will be ranging for 36 pips against 89, actually I would say 90 pips of profit. Let's now move to the gold. Alright, so again, guys, the gold signal, I believe it's no longer gonna be good for the buy. Let me just now delete the old signal, and let's see now what we can do on Friday with the gold. Now let's move to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, what we can see right here, guys, is an obvious attempt to make a breakout from the long-term resistance at 2006. As you can see, the market on the daily chart has actually been making so many attempts to break out from that level, and each time the gold made an actual attempt to break out from it, and it actually worked. It appeared to be a fake breakout, and the market instantly fall below 2006. Even right here, when the market rose again and broke out from that level, reached 2046, it again fall down below 2006. Again, keep in mind, guys, that we're talking about the bracket of 2006 price. Now again, for the last 2 weeks, we can see that we are having many candles, which actually has made a real attempt to break out from that level of resistance, but it eventually has failed. So that means if this is the price action for the daily chart, then most likely the Friday candle is gonna be a red one, which means we have to look for selling the pair. So now moving to the 1-hour time frame. Now I want you guys to look at something here. We are having here also a resistance trend line, and as you can see, this is the right way to draw the resistance trend line. Now what I will do next is simply drag the same resistance trend line and just simply place it right there. Now why right there? Why here? Because this is, guys, the nearest resistance trend line, which has also become another resistance trend line. Then it has faced 1 and 2 fake breakouts from that level. And if we look closer, we can notice that on the left side, we are having here also, guys, a real level of a resistance. Exactly, check this out. We are having here also the real level of a resistance number 1, number 2, and number 3 as well. And if we keep scrolling to the left side, we can see that this was, of course, a real level of a support. Even right here, it was a real level of the support. And if I keep scrolling to the left side, check this out. This was indeed a real level of the resistance. Actually, let's just lower it a little bit, just nudge, just to touch the wicks right here, exactly just like that. Scroll back to the current time. Therefore, guys, I would suggest to sell the gold after it rises for another 58 pips, and that's gonna be, in my opinion, the best level to start selling the gold. If I check the Fibonacci retracement on that structure, we can see that we are actually in the middle between 50 and 61.8, which is actually a good level to start selling the gold, or actually any forex market for this matter. Anyway, we will be selling the gold at that point, and therefore the take profit level has got to be placed just right there at the absolutely lowest level of the support at 1972.30. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than the peak of the resistance right here at 1998.25, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 80 pips only against 100, and I would say 180 pips of profit. And there goes your signal, my friends, for Friday. And again, guys, trust me, it's really not easy at all to give you almost daily analysis for the market movements, and I have to commit myself to give you a real accurate and correct signals, which actually usually works. I would say 75% of the time my signals are accurate and correct. So again, guys, that means that we are left with 25% of the signals going in the wrong prediction. Of course, for that you have to always be prepared for the losses and consider that just because these signals came from Xtreme trader doesn't mean at all that they will be 100% profitable. Anyway, I would like again, guys, to thank you for watching, and in the end, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.